Hey everyone, so today I'm coming at you with all the bad lighting, all the weird angles, and possibly some background noise that I'm trying really hard to avoid. So I have someone here fixing our back door, and that was quite noisy in the house. I would film in my car, but I don't have my car. So we are now in my shop, which would be a great place to set up for filming in the future. Probably a good idea, we'll keep that in mind. But for today, this is what we got, and I know it's not good. But I've been late on covering a lot of things, and it's been a struggle, as most of you know. I keep saying like, oh, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna read the comments, I'm gonna get back on track, and I haven't been. I really haven't, and there's a lot of reasons for that, and I will probably make a video about that at some point, but just know that I'm still trying. I still love you guys. I still appreciate you guys. It's just, it feels like things have not gotten any better as much as I've tried to make them better. And, I'm trying my best to stay positive and keep my head straight. It's been very, 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 very difficult. So, with that said, I know I'm behind on a lot of topics that I could be talking about. And I know that this isn't something that would be normal to my channel, but it's something I feel passionately enough about that I felt like I wanted to make a video, because I feel like what's being done right now is wrong. And that's the whole point of making my channel, was to speak about things that I felt on YouTube were wrong, and that's what I'm here to do. So, before I get into it though, let me give my disclaimer. I cuss in my videos. I try to keep it to a minimum. But I'm not kid friendly, so if you have little ones around, please go watch something else, and please come back. I'd love to have you here. I love having all of you here, but again, I am not kid friendly. So, today I'm going to be talking about Boogie, and give me just a second, because I can never remember the numbers. 2988, I have it pulled up over here. Look, I've watched the guy. I've watched some of his, Francis videos. If you don't know Boogie's been on YouTube for a long time. He's had a ton of ups and downs, to say the least. But what's going on right now is Boogie's in jail, okay? Boogie is in jail for defending himself and his home and his roommate, his dogs, and his property. So, I'm not really sure, and I've tried to go back, but I still don't understand. There's this Frank Hassel guy, this other YouTuber, Frank Hassel. And apparently his YouTube channel got taken down because he's really a shit person. Like, a legitimately shit person. So, for his channel, he decided to go around and harass people and talk pure tea dog shit to people. And that was his content. And YouTube obviously did not agree with that. Thank the Lord, they finally did something to somebody, and they got rid of his channel. Now, I have heard in one, I believe it was the Keemstar interview between Boogie and this Frank Castle guy, where Boogie makes the comment that he had the subreddit taken down from Frank Castle's subreddit taken down. I'm not really sure. I don't get on Reddit, so I don't know much about it. But as far as I can tell, Boogie had nothing to do with the YouTube channel being taken down, but Frank has consistently blamed Boogie for that. And so, with that, that's the best that I can understand that caused this conflict between them. I may have to pause y'all for just a second, because I do have some background noise, so I'll be right back. And we're back. Okay, so I may have to pause a couple times, because the people working on my door are also walking out towards the shop, which is causing some more noise. So basically, the conflict began because this Frank Castle guy believes, in some way, shape, or form, that Boogie is the reason that his YouTube channel was taken down. Now, how it got to the extreme that it got, I'm pretty sure, just from my understanding and just from what I've gone back and researched the best I could, Frank's just a dick, okay? And he likes to push things to the extreme. So he decides that it's a good idea for his content, or whatever, for his pleasure and enjoyment, to travel states away to where Boogie lives, to his hometown, okay? And he's posting things on Twitter talking about being in Boogie's hometown. And that is when the interview with Keemstar happens with Boogie and Frank. And Boogie's basically saying, like, because I believe Keem asked Frank, you know, did you go to his house? And he's like, well, now I wish I would have. And Boogie's like, do not come to my house. Like, you're already saying, you've already traveled states to be in my hometown. Like, what is wrong with you? And you're posting saying that you're, you know, on my street or you're in my hometown. You know, I'm telling you, don't come to my house. Boogie makes it very clear that he suffers from mental illnesses, that he suffers from PTSD, that he has a roommate and dogs at the home, and that, you know, he's not okay with this. This is, to say the very least, this is uncomfortable, okay? So when you tell anyone, do not come to my home, I don't want you here, you're not welcome, do not come to my home, in my opinion, that means don't come to my home. Now, I was quite the little shit back in my day. Not really. I got a lot of fights. But I have rules. You don't fuck with people's family, you don't go to their house, and you don't mess with their vehicles. Or their job. Pretty simple stuff. When Frank made the decision to show up at Boogie's house, which in this interview with Keemstar, Boogie makes it clear. I will defend myself. Do not come to my house. I am not mentally stable. I fear for my dogs and my roommate, and if it comes to me feeling as though there's going to be harm done, I will defend myself. And he mentions having a gun. So, the next day, Frank pushes it, and he shows up at Boogie's house. Now, I wish I could put clips in here to show you guys, but I will say that Repzilla had them, and Atozi has them. Frank shows up at Boogie's house, and he's banging on the door and yelling, telling him to open fire. And he keeps on and on and on and on and on. And I can't stress that enough. He didn't just go and knock on Boogie's door, which, first of all, in my opinion, because I want my opinion to be made very clear, he shouldn't have showed up at all. The minute he stepped foot on Boogie's property, that was enough for Boogie to do what he did, in my opinion. So he continues, and it just goes on and on and on, to the point where Boogie steps out the door with a gun, a loaded gun, and he fires a warning shot in the air. Now, I watched other people's videos about this. A lot of people say, well, Boogie was wrong for shooting a gun in the air because what goes up must come down. I put it to you like this. If your life and your property and your family or friends or roommate or whatever are being threatened, or you feel as though they're being threatened, which in this case looks like a clear threat. The man told you he was going to come to your house, standing there banging and screaming at your door. Like, to me, that's a clear threat, okay? So, in my opinion, it's better that he shot a warning shot rather than walking outside and shooting Frank right there in the front yard. Like I said, I've heard, well, it was dangerous to open fire like that. Well, guess what? It happens. If you are in fear for your life or your friend, family's life, you do what you have to do to protect yourself. Boogie told him not to come there. He told him. He tried not to open the door. Frank would not leave. Now, yes, there's an argument to be had that he could have called the police. Fair enough. But in my opinion, police don't always get there in time. You don't always know what's going to happen. I don't see anything wrong with what Boogie did. So the reason we're making this video, the reason I'm making this video, and the reason all these other videos are being made, is because currently Boogie is in jail. Well, I'm not sure that he may have made bail. I'm not really sure. But he went to jail for aiming a firearm at a fellow YouTuber, for firing that warning shot. And I feel as though that it's more than just the YouTube crap. It's more than YouTube drama. This is about a man protecting himself, his home, his family, his roommate, his dogs, his property. Someone coming along and threatening that. He protected it, and now he's in jail for it. And I think there's such a bigger conversation to be had, and I feel like because of who these YouTubers are, the conversation's been quiet. There are people talking about it. There are people speaking up and standing up for Boogie in the situation, and I appreciate that. That's why I still felt that even though I'm very late to this, that it was important to make this video. But I feel like if it was other less problematic YouTubers or bigger names, this would be talked about so much more. And the real issue would have been brought up so much more. And it's just kind of being pushed to the side because of who it is. And that's not fair. The man defended himself. He defended his home. He told the guy not to show up there. He warned him. He fired a warning shot instead of shooting the man right then. I don't see how it's him in jail right now. So I feel like this is something that we all need to be talking about, and I feel like it's a much bigger issue regardless of who it is, and I'm hoping that by making this video, that conversation can keep going. You know, even with me being late to it, maybe it's, you know, it's something that'll keep the conversation moving. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions down below. Do you think it was okay for Frank to show up? And it doesn't matter what my opinions are, I want to hear your opinions. Do you think the warning shot was warranted? Do you think that Boogie should have called the police? How would you have handled this situation, honestly, like answer honestly, if it was yourself and your family and you had told this person multiple times not to show up at your house? How would you have handled this situation? And I think that's a good way to at least have a discussion about what's going on. But I don't feel it's right. I just don't feel that it's right. And that the fact that Frank has no repercussions, I feel is wrong. But there's a conversation to be had there as well. You know, Boogie maybe should have pressed charges for trespassing at that point in time. I'm sure with all the stress and anxiety and the mental issues he does deal with, he probably didn't want to deal with cops in court and all of that. But, you know, like I said, there's several discussions to be had. So please leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.